pleasure to meet y'all at last, and welcome back to some more Survival of No Limits. So yeah, let's dig out the phone, let's get it going here, and let's just see what we got. Episode number 76, which is specifically going to be a little bit about school-related troubles. Now, first of all, here comes that obligatory question yet again. What does school troubles have to do with survivability and survival by all means? Well, it turns out that with many things that have happened throughout our own history, including school shootings, school kidnappings, school-related pedophile incidents that have happened, it is without a doubt that school is no place for anybody to go to. At a time like this, where a pandemic is around still, and even though people are getting vaccinated, it's still without a doubt that people are not going to forget about something like this. This is something that will always be remembered. The nCoV pandemic, 2019 to 2022, is something that we'll never ever forget. We've never forgotten about SARS. We've never forgotten about swine. We've never forgotten about polio, Ebola, MERS, anything like that. But nCoV is without a doubt probably one of the most deadliest that we've ever encountered. Anything that could practically outclass it might have to be the bubonic plague, just to name one that we've remembered throughout history. But then of course there were many other species that are still well known and practically documented on a daily basis. But the thing is, in terms of school, that would be one of the most biggest hotspots to ever have such a high-class virus out there in existence. School is known, in fact, to harbor millions of different species of viral, bacterial, parasitic organisms that pretty much inhabit us all the time. And the truth is that, well, not many people seem to want to take action on this entire phenomenon, or could I just say anomaly. And that's simply because people apparently need school. They need real-life education, not the kind of stuff that a computer could tell them, which would be way too easy. With that kind of ignorance in mind, it's a wonder why we're going to have ourselves a lot more troubles than we've ever wanted in our lives. For someone like me, being a high school graduate back in 2018, a little over a year before the pandemic supposedly started to begin with, I myself was not necessarily expecting something as bad as this. Being in the peak of the pandemic right now, here in this year, in 2021, I never would have imagined something as bad as this. But yet here we are. We were naive enough to think that nothing this bad could ever happen. This is worse than most other things in existence. I hate the year 2021 because of this in all cases, in any means possible. But let's just say that school troubles are not just centered on the pandemic itself. Because as I've said before, there have been a lot of cases of school shootings relating to, well, some things that have happened, whether it be personal or public. There's also been a lot of cases of rapes, kidnapping, and many other criminal-related acts that have taken place from schools across the globe. Not just in America, but also various other countries, as we do happen to get stories about them even to this day, with people having this sort of thing in mind. But it is certainly, without a doubt, that lots of people out there are just sick, twisted, and evil by any means. We're never truly going to recover from something this bad because of people like them. But let's just say that accountability and usage of our time in the wisest, smartest ways possible could potentially be very helpful in preventing something as catastrophic as having somebody in school who could be prone to such terrible things out there. A school shooter could potentially shoot down a student, a virus might get into a student, causing them to potentially collapse and die off. And then, of course, you got to worry about some other things like kidnapping, raping, and many other terrible things that could ever take place. As I've said, school is certainly not a place for everybody because of a lot of these problems that still continue onwards to this day. At a time where we should never allow these things to happen, but yet they somehow do. They slip by under the radar. And that's because, like I've said, we have people all around whom we feel betrayed by all the time. Absolutely betrayed. We trusted them. We trust a lot of people with our hearts, our hope, our rights, our liberty, and our freedom. Yet, they completely deceive us by all means necessary. They do whatever they can to throw us under the bus. They abuse their own power. And that's why they need to be stopped at all costs. Of course, I could go into further detail on this, like the fact that, especially during my North Middle School years, between 2011 and 2014, there were a lot of incidents relating to intruders getting into the building, and well, North Middle School had to go into a lot of lockdowns / code red procedures. And I mean a lot of them. There were tons of them throughout the times that I've been there. And whenever I was in high school, supposedly that was not as big, but I guess with everything that's going on right now, I cannot even imagine how somebody is in school right now, potentially avoiding any kind of contact with people who have deadly viruses or people who have an urge to commit pedophilia, rape somebody, or potentially shoot them down with a bullet. So, man, I'd rather not imagine any of that. It would be terrible. I hate this year so badly. And I'm hoping a lot of you do too. Saying that you hate this year is just beyond ludicrous. Saying that you love it is just... it goes beyond everything stupid that I've ever seen in my life. I guess that's enough of that for right now, but I'm certainly going to be coming back here with a new location, a new plan, and some new episodes coming along as well. Again, I'm missing my paper list, so I kind of have to rely on my phone as a way to keep track of some of the new subjects that I have to talk about for the next several months. But if you want to see more, go down to my channel with some new Survival of No Limits content, plus a lot of other things in mind, then make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.